Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video we have the official preview of the live arena in Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to be watching the video together, giving my reaction. It looks insanely cool, and it looks like it's coming really soon. I did a collab with Cold Brew, by the way, I think yesterday. Make sure you go and check that out, talking about some of the best champions for live arena. And we're also going to be seeing a new Void legendary champion. That's him in the background, Quintus the Triumphant, I think. You can get him from Live Arena too, and I'm going to be showing you his full skill set, and he looks insanely strong. So without any further ado, let's hop on over to the official Live Arena preview from Raid. Let's dive in.
Hello everyone, welcome to our newest update preview, where we'll be shining a light on one of our most highly anticipated features. Prepare to enter the Live Arena. As always, let's cover the basics first. Live Arena is a new arena mode where you can engage in real-time PvP battles against other players. While that's incredibly awesome by itself, Live Arena also comes with new quests, new artifact sets, as well as a Great Hall expansion, where you can use special Live Arena crests you earn from winning battles to unlock additional bonuses.
We've seen that stuff before. The artifact sets and the champion are new, and the new quest system. I might pause it when we get to that so we can see.
I know. I'm excited too. You'll unlock Live Arena once you reach level 50, and it'll be open several times a day. Our first idea was to have this as an always-on feature, but in development, we found it caused problems finding matches quickly and reliably. So, our plan is to open Live Arena on a set daily schedule, so we can ensure you won't have huge wait times when finding a match.
I think this is a really good idea, actually, right? And instead of it always being on, and like they said, you could be sat in a queue, which is miserable fun, especially for a mobile game where a lot of people are going to be playing on their phones. Having it being on for small windows in the day, obviously can be a little bit awkward. You have to log in and play during those times, but it's going to make it much faster to find matches. And also it's going to be quite cool for streaming, so stay tuned. When this goes live, I'll probably jump on and like stream the first window I can and stream all my matches. Probably I'm going to do quite a bit of streaming my Live Arena matches over the next while. There'll be short streams, but yeah, I'll try to let you guys know in the Discord and stuff like that when I'm going to do that.
Everything's working correctly ahead of its grand opening. We'll be running a Live Arena test launch with a limited group of players. You can see the schedule for this test on screen now. As for the full launch, here's the schedule on screen. Live Arena will open in 2-hour windows.
So yeah, this is UTC. It's pretty similar to my time zone, actually. But you can check how that compares to your own time zone. It looks like these are going to be the times. So 4 different times during the day, 2-hour windows, 4 hours between each one, all roughly, not quite, almost. So yeah, I mean, like for me in Ireland, right? This one is pretty miserable. That's in the middle of the night. I think that's 1 in the morning or something. Don't think I'll do that one. And this one is a little bit too early, but for me, probably, I think this is about 3 o'clock. Yeah, I think it's like 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. That's not too bad. A little bit awkward if you're working full time, you're still in work or commuting home at that point. And then this one is 9 p.m. till 11 p.m., at least as of now. Obviously, daylight savings time changes things. That's just for me. Of course, it depends on where you live. But I think they've done a pretty decent job in terms of that. To me, it looks pretty solid. Yeah, maybe even the 3 times a day would be fine, but it's probably good to cover everyone in every time zone and make sure
which should give you
everyone
more
has
than
a
enough
chance.
time to get your battles in. Remember, the full launch schedule is subject to change, and we'll of course let you know if and when it does.
Yeah.
Enough talk. How do I start fighting? Like Classic or Tag Arena, initiating a Live Arena battle costs a Live Arena token. You can have a maximum of 5 at any given time, and you can purchase a refill with gems if you run out. Each new refill will cost more than the last one, though both the refill price and your default Live Arena tokens reset each day at midnight UTC. So your tokens are burning a hole in your pocket. Let's get to the juicy PvP fun.
That is going to be really interesting. The refills, at least there, were much cheaper than I expected. I thought they'd be kind of expensive. It's going to depend, I suppose, on how quick you find the fights. Could be pretty fun. You could potentially spend a lot of gems grinding this stuff out. We'll have to actually sit down and work it out when it goes live. It could be worth it, right? For when we see these area bonuses and the new gear sets and all that sort of stuff, like there's really good stuff that you get from doing this. It could help a ton with farming dungeons and stuff, like the new hard mode dungeons with the area bonuses with Hydra. So we'll have to see. But yeah, we'll see. What do you think? How many refills are you expecting to buy refills? What's your approach to this? Do you even have gems to spare to do it?
Once you hit the Find Opponent button, the game will find a worthy combatant of a similar skill level within your current live arena tier. To make matchmaking as fair as possible, matches are found based on both your average and most recent performance data.
Yeah,
Once you're matched with a suitable opponent, you're on to the first phase of battle.
One thing I might like to see would be seasons and stuff like that. That can be kind of nice every now and then to just do like fresh start, wipe everything clean. Makes matchmaking absolute hell and completely unbalanced for the first while. So you don't want to do it too often. But that can be kind of nice for players, you know, to come in and say like, well, I feel like I really messed up. And my average, like from last season's really bad. I've improved a lot. It's kind of nice to have a fresh slate every now and then. We'll see. We'll see.
This is where you pick your champions and where the mind games truly begin. A coin flip decides who picks first, and then each player takes a turn picking champions from their roster. Both players go back and forth until they both have a team of 5.
Strong.
Then each player gets to ban a single champion from the opposing team. That means that champion won't be taking part in the battle, bringing teams down to 4. In bronze and silver tiers, you can use duplicate champions. Once you hit gold, though, all champion picks must be unique across both teams. That means no duplicate champions at all. You can use all sorts of devious tricks during this phase. Conceal your intended strategy. Pick decoy champions to trick your opponent into banning a champion you weren't going to use. Deliberately pick champions to take them off the table for your opponent. The possibilities are endless. Just be aware that these same tricks are being used against you.
So a couple of things there. That's one thing that could be worrying if you're earlier game, right? These battle rules, once you get to gold, you can't use duplicate champions. I mean, you got to have a good chunk of champions then in order to actually build a good team when stuff like, you know, Arbiter and whatever the login legendaries, those sort of champs are going to be taken away and banned away, right? The fusion champs and stuff might as well. You're going to have a lot of overlap, like an early game free-to-play player. 2 of those, they're going to have a lot of overlap with their champions. So that's something to watch out for. It could be a problem that you might have to like intentionally lose fights and stuff to stay in silver. I don't know. We'll see. That could be wonky. That's something to watch out for. The other thing I do think is a bit weird, like pick a bad champion, a decoy that your opponent thinks you won't pick, but that doesn't make sense. Like you pick your full 5 champions first and then they get to ban. It's not like you pick Hegemon first, they ban it. You're like, haha, I was never going to use him anyway, and I built a completely different team. It's like, well, we get to see your full team, and then we ban your strongest champion, the most important one. I don't see... how do you decoy that? That seems weird. I mean, there's some ways, but...
Finally, each player selects their team leader. As with all other game modes, the team leader's aura skill will empower the rest of your champions. So, choose carefully. Don't take too long considering your strategy. Each of these phases has a time limit, and the game will decide for you if the time runs out. Once the teams are locked in, it's time to battle. In terms of the battles themselves, there's no mechanical difference between Live Arena and Classic Arena. The turn order of champions is determined by their speed stat and various turn meter manipulation skills. And each champion takes a turn and uses skills like they always do. But while the mechanics may be the same, you're now fighting a real human instead of an AI. So
if EA won right there, he would have won.
Be prepared for anything.
Rookie.
Watch the clock when choosing your skills. You've got 15 seconds to make your choice. If you don't decide in time, well, the game will. Fail to take your turn 3 times in a row, and you'll go into auto battle mode until you assume direct control.
That's good.
There's an overall time limit for every battle, too.
There is. I'm blocking it, actually, but you can just click auto as well. You can just let them go auto if you want.
Fail to
That's
finish
nice.
within 30 minutes, and both players will be credited with a loss. Stalling isn't a viable strategy, and you'll want to fight as many live arena battles as you can while it's open.
What do you think? Like, that to me seems way too long. Like 30 minutes. Imagine being in one fight for 30 minutes. That seems way too long. Like that to me seems like you could totally build a stalling strategy and your opponent's just going to get frustrated. Imagine you go up against a big old stall team and you're going, man, I've got to sit here for 30 minutes until this damn thing is over. This is so dumb. You might just leave. So just to free yourself, who wants to be at their phone or their PC watching this for 30 minutes against, you know, an uber tanky team? No thanks. I think it should be more like 10, right? 10 minutes. So you can be like, well, you put in a stall team. Well, F you. I'm going to wait you out and you get a loss too. Take that. At least I can have some vengeance against you. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's way too long. I mean, I guess the fights will be slower because you could take 15 seconds per turn, but
Now
that
let's
seems
take a
weird.
look at why you'll want to play Live Arena. As if the thrill of testing yourself against real people wasn't enough, winning Live Arena battles gets you Live Arena points and Live Arena crests. We'll go on to crests in a minute. As for points, earning these will see you advance through the different Live Arena tiers, from bronze to gold. For now, there's no platinum tier. Once you reach silver 1, losing battles will lose you points. If you don't fight at least one Live Arena battle for 5 days, you'll start to lose 5 Live Arena points each day until you fight another battle. There are
Not many
also
points.
repeatable Live Arena quests that give you various rewards, including a Live Arena token refill and new artifacts. On top of that, we have multiple one-time rewards for reaching certain point milestones, ranging from a fancy new avatar to even a legendary champion.
Stay
Speaking
tuned
of
for info on
artifacts,
him.
let's pause and take a closer look at the new sets available from Live Arena: Impulse and Zeal. Impulse artifacts increase your champion's speed and provide a chance of reducing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn. It's a great set for nukers, healers, pretty much anyone with skills you want to use as often as possible. Then we
Yeah, I mean, that's insanely good, guys. It's Reflex 2.0, right? Reflex 2.0, but with 12% speed as well. It's a 4 set. This is unbelievably good. That's so strong. Like, that is a top tier, S tier set for so many champions in so many areas of the game, in dungeons, in Hydra especially as well, I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's pretty huge. So that's a very good set. Not sure if that's super good for Arena. That seems quite weak for Live Arena itself, actually, funny enough. You've got that randomness. You have to survive multiple turns. The funny seems bad for Arena, but insane for
use as often as possible.
PvE.
Then we have Zeal artifacts. They increase the champion's critical damage by 25% and have them dealing more damage if their target still has high HP. It should give your attackers and nukers a little extra punch to take down champions in one shot.
Well, that's really interesting. So 25% crit damage on it. I feel like that's a little low. Is that not a little low? 25% crit damage? I mean, I guess the effect is supposed to be the main thing. I've got I'm rich, guys. I have 4,000 silver right now. Looking good. Like crit damage sets, are they not 20%? Yeah, like a 2-piece set is 20%. I guess, you know, to be fair, I guess with that first set, whatever it was called, Impulse, you're getting a 2 set of speed bonus. You're getting, I guess, slightly better than a 2 set of crit damage with this. Okay, so that's kind of fair. Oh, I clicked into the wrong video. Here we go. This one. Okay, so it's really all about this doing 7.5% bonus damage for every 25% HP the opponent has. That's kind of interesting. I mean, if they're full HP, if they're 100% HP, you get to do 4 times that, which is what, 23% more damage? No, 30% more damage. Maths is hard. Yeah, 30% more. That seems really bad. Does that not seem really weak? Like, you compare that to Savage, ignoring 25% defense. Like, Savage is going to give you so much more damage, and it works no matter what HP they're at. I don't know. Maybe we'll go work this out. My initial impression is that this seems like way, way, way worse than Savage. Though potentially you could get a lot of it from doing Live Arena.
Both these sets will be available in the reward chests you get for winning 35 Live Arena battles. This is a regular quest, so you'll be able to farm these artifacts, so long as you keep winning.
A lot of 5-star.
Finally, let's return to those shiny Live Arena crests. You can spend the crests you win in Live Arena battles to unlock area bonuses in the Great Hall. Here's how they work. Live Arena crests come in bronze, silver, and gold, just like classic Arena medals. The first 3 levels of any area bonus are upgraded with bronze crests. Levels 4 to 6 need silver, and everything else needs gold. You can also use higher tier crests to unlock lower tier bonuses, just like with classic Arena medals. You might also notice that with the introduction of area bonuses, the old bonuses earned by spending Arena medals have had a name change. These are now called affinity bonuses because, as the name suggests, they boost the stats of champions of a specific affinity.
It's a whole new game.
3 guesses as to what area bonuses do. That's right. They boost the stats of any champion, but only in specific locations. For example, upgrading the attack bonus slot in the Potion Keeps row will, you guessed it,
do nothing.
Increase your champion's attack when fighting in the Potion Keeps.
Don't do it.
Area bonuses will also give you the option to increase your champion's speed, and even give them the ability
That's nuts. Like, you see that, like, 20% ignore defense? That was 20 speed. Like that is so good. I actually did a video with Cold Brew. We talked about champions on my channel. We did a collab, talked about champions that we thought would be really powerful in live arena. And then on Cold Brew's channel, we looked at this. We looked at this area bonuses of the Great Hall, and we talked about most likely where people are going to be putting their points. Early game, late game players, very different decision making, and what stuff is going to be valuable. So make sure to check those collabs out. We should have recorded that like a couple of days later, but I guess. But hey, it's out there already, so you can go watch
and
it.
even give them the ability to ignore a portion of enemy defense. Remember the hard mode dungeons we talked about in the previous What's Next in Raid episode? Area bonuses will be a huge help in farming those locations.
Yeah.
And the best thing? Area bonuses apply to a champion's base stat directly, just like affinity bonuses. Add all these bonuses together, and you'll be super strong when fighting in certain locations.
Oh, that's the best thing. If you gave us, 20% more speed, it'd be better if it was our total speed, including gear, not just the base speed. Anyway,
Fear my wrath. Okay, that's all there is to tell about Live Arena for now. We can't wait to see the changes to Raid's PvP scene, and we hope you all have a blast. We want to add a few things in future iterations, so keep an eye on the news too. Until then, hit like and subscribe to keep on top of new videos. Man. Happy raiding.
I mean, honestly, I'm like super happy. We're gonna check out this new champion in a second, but like with this, I feel with this Call of the Arbiter, the animated series coming with Live Arena is gonna be massive. I've actually really enjoyed, on the whole, the hard mode dungeons and stuff. I actually feel like they've been doing some good stuff recently. They're always, they're as usual. They're doing all the, stuff is really expensive stuff that nobody ever likes. But I'm feeling really positive about things, generally speaking, in Raid at the moment. But hey, let's check this out then. I'm sure you're all interested to see how good is our friend here, Quintus the Triumphant, who looks cool. He's got his hammers, war hammers, looking pretty lethal, actually. You wouldn't want to get hit with one of those. And I do like that he has like kind of a shield. They're mini buckler shield things. He's well armored. He looks like he means business. And this guy looks insane too. We look at his stats. So let's just go through. Let's go through his A1. Encore performance. Attack one enemy. Extra hit if the target has no buffs. If this is critical, repeat the attack once. He's an attack-based legendary. In fact, we could see his stats during that video at some point, right? Where did they show him? Oh, I don't remember where they showed him. Skimming through. There he is. Wait, no. What? There he is. You can see his stats right here. He's squishy. He's got good speed, but 1600 attack. That's high. 63% crit damage. The dude is gonna absolutely slam people into the ground. That's for sure. 25% damage from books. So yeah. If your target has no buffs, he's going to rip them apart. That's going to be absolutely brutal, I think. Strip away, then, is A3. 4-turn books with 3-turn cooldown, 25% damage from books. You expect he's going to hit hard. Attacks one enemy, removes all buffs, then places decreased defense on the target for 2 turns before attacking. These effects cannot be resisted or blocked. Wow. So you can't stop him. He just takes all of your buffs away, puts decreased defense, and then he smacks you. Damage inflicted by this skill cannot be decreased by enemy passive skills or masteries, except by the passive skills of bosses. Damage inflicted by this skill cannot be increased by this champion's masteries or ally passives, except against bosses, and resets the cooldown of his A3 if he kills an enemy. This seems absolutely brutal. Like, surely this one-shots anyone. That's insane. Now, the big issue, of course, is polymorph. This is hard countered by polymorph. Both the buff strip and the debuff are both a chance that he gets polymorphed, and that stops him right in his tracks and you fall apart. But against any enemy without polymorph, surely he just... It's Stone Skin, I guess, he's a chance to strip Stone Skin. I guess there's still the 50-50 that the Stone Skin doesn't get stripped and it fails, but we'll see when we test him. But this seems nuts. I delete you. Goodbye, person. I delete you. You are dead. Thank you very much. Nuts. Crowd favorite is A3. 4-turn cooldown, just straight up 4-turn, though you do get the reset with his A2. Attacks all enemies, places increased attack and increased crit damage on this champion for 3 turns before attacking, and resets the cooldown of his A2 if he kills an enemy. Ah, boy, and it's the 25% damage from books. So yeah, self-buffing, I think, again, for that live arena scenario, where it could actually be kind of difficult to get an increased attack buff into your team. Like, think about Arbiter style teams. Arbiters, a likely target to be banned away. Both players can't get Arbiter. It could be difficult to get increased attack. So the fact he self-buffs, I think, is something that's super valuable. Sounds like it will smack really hard. And resetting that A2 is, again, quite brutal. He could be just alternating between these two, just one-shotting someone, then AoE, one-shotting, just seems vicious. Percussion, then, I'm slightly in the way, his passive. Each of this champion's skills do additional pure damage. Pure damage dealt is equal to 10% of the target's max HP. For each buff on them, the additional pure damage dealt will ignore shields. What? This is just nuts, man. Holy moly. That is absolutely insane. So he's going to do 10% max HP damage for every buff on an enemy. Ay, ay, ay. So if you fail to strip their buffs off, and he goes in for an AoE new, like, let's say they've got like 5 buffs on their team. Your buff stripper fails, whatever. He does 50% max HP damage, pure damage. I think pure damage means it's not reduced by anything. It's just going to do it, which is crazy. That's so strong. That is absolutely so strong. Ignoring shields. So you've got, obviously, as well, buffs that cannot be removed, such as, well, bolster set shields, for example. This is really powerful against bolster set. It ignores the shield, and you do extra 10% chunk of damage to him. That's quite good. Obviously, I think he's a very strong counter to Necret the Great as well. Strip all their buffs off, but then, of course, you probably can't strip off the ally protection, and it might proc the shield, but he's going to ignore the shield, and he's going to do extra damage based off the ally protection. With the decreased defense he puts out too, he's going to destroy targets protected by Necret. Yeah, and he also has a 35% attack in arena battles aura. What do you think of Quintus? I think Quintus looks absolutely mental. But one thing I noticed in the video, it looked like you had to get to... I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it quickly in the video. Sorry. Let me see. Yeah, he's got good base stats. They were showing at some point, right, weren't they, that the milestones that you could get, and it seemed pretty far down. It seemed like you had to complete like 10 levels of milestones to get him. Oh, I'm not sure where it was, guys. Oh, wait, here, there we go. Yeah, it looks like you get fragments everywhere. That looks like it's probably an avatar, but you need to get up to milestone 10 to get this champ. That's almost definitely into gold live arena, if not substantially high in gold live arena, would be my thought. So this might be quite a difficult champion to get for a lot of people. Like, I mean, if it ends up being anything like platinum arena, it could be absolutely brutal. So we'll see. But it could take a good chunk to get this champ. But when you do get him, I think he looks like a monster. He looks disgusting, doesn't he? Surely he does. He looks absolutely disgusting. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you think. Live arena preview. I am super hyped for it, and it looks like it's coming real soon. Quintus looks super good as well. Yeah, I'm curious what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.